Things are changing in Thailand faster than your underwear on a Bangkok summer day. It already looks like we're getting some updates on Thailand's new alcohol ban. There's also a new scam going around in regards to some paperwork that you will need to file to come to Thailand. And yet again, what do you know? We've got another idiotic tourist getting arrested for some dangerous activities in Phuket. In today's stories, we've got some very important updates, things that you should understand if you're planning a trip to Thailand soon, especially when it comes to what to do and what not to do. What is up, guys? Good morning from the massive thunderstorm that is currently Pattaya. It's supposed to be going into busy season. It's supposed to be, winter time. The rain is supposed to be going away, but I feel like it's raining more than it has in a very long time. But anyway, as always, I have collected some important stories for you guys today. Some things that are going on in Thailand, some things that you will have to do, or you most likely will do once you are in the country. And lo and behold, people are getting scammed. So I'm going to update you guys on how to avoid some of that. And what do you know? When it comes to our last story, we've got yet another tourist that thinks Thailand is just some playground where you can do whatever you want. And luckily, he's been arrested. Dum of the Day award going to a Phuket tourist. I know, sounds crazy. I'm sure some of you couldn't imagine how that could possibly happen. Take a lesson. Let's make sure you don't get scammed. Let's get into our first story. Lo and behold, we just covered it in a recent video. The new, not necessarily new alcohol bans, but the new enforcements. What do you know? 4 days later, things look like they're already getting backpedaled. Afternoon alcohol ban under review. Thai authorities will discuss lifting the ban on afternoon alcohol sales after facing heavy criticism from businesses and the public, Deputy Prime Minister Sophan Zarum said on Wednesday. The National Alcohol Policy Committee will meet on Thursday after the cabinet acknowledged the potential impact of the rule on business and tourism, describing it as an urgent issue that must be addressed. He said some of the regulations in the amended Alcohol Beverage Control Act, including the continued restriction on alcohol sales from 2 to 5 p.m., are impractical and should be revoked. Quote unquote, the outdated rules contradict everyday realities and create legal enforcement problems. We agree on the need for change and the ban should be lifted. We will have good news from the meeting, easing the rules and reassure businesses and encourage tourism, helping to boost the local economy. If you spend any time in Thailand, I'm sure you probably saw this coming. I was fairly confident this was going to get backpedaled big time because tourism is a very big deal in Thailand. A lot of the country's GDP comes from tourism. That industry has a lot of sway. You know what I mean? If those people are pushing back on something, it does tend to get listened to. Of course, I will let you guys know what happens after this meeting. I'm not sure if they will get rid of the alcohol ban time, but I have a very strong feeling they're going to change the enforcement policy because a lot of people have already punched a bunch of holes in this. We did in our recent video as well. I totally agree. I think there's a lot of shady loopholes that can be exploited here. Let's pick a team, guys. Let's go all one way or all the other. And speaking of tourist problems slash manipulation, our next story, if you spend time in Thailand, this situation will probably be no surprise to you, but the repercussions of it might just well be. Coming to us from the Tiger, Thai vendor fined 2,000 baht after allegedly overcharging South Korean YouTubers. The Ratchaburi Provincial Commercial Affairs Office fined a vendor at Demanun Saduk Floating Market 2,000 baht for allegedly overcharging 2 South Korean YouTubers. Thai fans of the South Korean YouTubers, Colin and Jung, raised concerns after seeing the pair pay inflated prices for clothes at the famous floating market in Ratchaburi province. In the video, South Korean influencers were shown traveling on a long-tail boat along with the Damoin Sanuk Canal. The foreigners expressed interest in purchasing a white t-shirt with a dragon embroidery and a pair of elephant patterned trousers. Jung was heard repeatedly asking about the prices, saying, "I won't buy it if it's expensive." The vendor told them that the shirt cost 600 baht and the trousers 400 baht. Jung said the shirt was too expensive and tried to negotiate, eventually receiving a 100 baht discount. In total, the YouTubers paid about 900 baht for the 2 items, which many fans felt was excessive. I completely agree, especially when it comes to the elephant pants. Most places you can find those for 100 baht. They definitely got overcharged. Now, if you spend time in Thailand, you're probably telling yourself, oh, well, no big surprise. Tourists get overcharged all the time. That is absolutely true. And kind of everywhere in the world, when you go to like the really touristy spots, you're gonna pay a tax, right? They're gonna be more expensive than if you got off the beaten path. And you know, a lot of the time, if it was like 15 or 20% more, you know what I mean? If the shirt was usually 200 baht, you're in a really busy touristy area and they're charging 250, 275. Okay, I think that's pretty fair. Lesson to be learned here if you're coming to Thailand, something that I do, especially if I'm out shopping around, I will rarely go to shops that don't have prices listed. It doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen for sure. And if there's nothing for you to reference, you've never spent any time in Thailand, it's really hard to tell if you're getting a deal or not. That's supposed to be a thing. You know, vendors at these markets and stuff, they're supposed to have the prices listed on everything. So that was the reason this lady ended up getting a fine. And kind of sticking with the theme, rolling right into our next story. This is something I have seen posts about quite a bit, especially on Facebook, happening to a lot of people recently. Also coming to us from the Tiger, Thailand Digital Arrival Card, or the TDAC, scams and how to protect yourself. Dozens of websites and sponsored ads are currently charging travelers money to submit the TDAC form within the 72-hour window, which is free through the official government TDAC portal. These scam ads often take up the entire first half of Google search results. Some of these websites also use government logos or quote-unquote fast approval messaging to appear official. A TDAC scam is any website charging travelers to submit the standard TDAC form within the 72-hour window, which is always free through the official government portal and through the agent system. In one example, a family of 3 travelers was misled into paying $120 per person, totaling over $360 US for what was advertised as a quote-unquote urgent service that would obtain their TDAC quickly. After waiting multiple hours without receiving their TDAC, they reach out to agentsco.ltd for help. So if you don't know, you're coming to Thailand for the first time, the TDAC is essentially a form you fill out. So when you get here, you put where you're staying, how long you're gonna be here, all that stuff. It's just a way for immigration to kind of know where you're gonna be at. It's super easy to do. Like the article said, it's entirely free. If you go onto any website and they're trying to charge you to fill yours out, it is a scam. Do not do it. You're supposed to do it within 72 hours of when you're gonna be arriving in Thailand. And I'm not telling you to do this, you should do it beforehand, but if it really comes down to it, something happens, you come to the airport and it's not ready, you can do it prior to going up to immigration. They have like the QR codes right there. You can do it while you're waiting. Ideally, have it done within 72 hours before you go, but I mean, it takes maybe 5 minutes to fill out. It's super easy. If there's anywhere else you go or you end up on a site that's trying to charge you money to do this, don't do it. Completely free and very easy to do. And now rolling into my favorite segment, the Dum Dum of the Week award. Go ahead and stamp it. You know how we do it here. We love laughing at others' expense when people F around and find out. Coming to us from the Tiger. Police arrest foreign rider for dangerous stunts in Phuket. Police arrested a foreign motorcyclist yesterday, November 11th, for dangerous riding, where he was captured on video performing wheelies on a road in Talang District, Phuket. Quote unquote, this occurred near Nai Beach. I have seen him doing wheelies for the past 2 or 3 days. Which rental shop provided him with the bike? I could not capture the registration plate. The foreigner almost hit a local rider on the way to work. In the video, the man was seen riding a red motorcycle along the road near Nai Beach. He accelerated before suddenly stopping, making a U-turn. He then performed wheelies and rode against the flow of traffic. Another Thai motorist traveling behind him shared additional footage showing the foreigner repeatedly wheeling and cutting off a female rider. He then narrowly avoided a collision with a traffic sign. Officers from Saku police station tracked down and arrested the suspect yesterday. Thank God. His nationality and identity were not disclosed in the police report. I'm very happy to hear that they ended up arresting this guy. You guys might remember a couple months ago, we covered another story. Well, I think the other one we covered was in Bangkok. A dude was doing a wheelie on his like electric bike, like it's kind of like a Suron's mountain bike / motorcycle, an electric one, was doing wheelies, ran into an old Thai auntie. She fell, hit her head, she died. So just goes to show, I'm not trying to preach by any means. Don't get me wrong. I have done my fair share of being a hooligan on a motorcycle, but when it comes to Thailand, the roads are hectic. Everybody knows that. I feel like there are, some tourists that come here and they see how crazy it can be, or, they're gonna see some Thai riders riding like maniacs. I'll be the first to tell you, If people that ride like that, they don't last usually. There's a reason that there are so many road fatalities in Thailand, and a lot of that is because people just ride like maniacs. But all it takes is one mistake, like we saw with that previous story. So don't be that guy. So if you are coming to Thailand soon, especially for the first time, or maybe you're coming back, whatever, hopefully the insight to these stories have given you an idea of exactly what not to do. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for hanging out. If you've kept up with all the videos so far this month, I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow.